Hey everybody, and welcome to Casa de Leon. I'm Ronnie, and today we're talking garden planning. When I started dreaming about Casa de Leon and the cut flower garden and the vegetable garden, just really learning to maximize our space and become more self-sufficient, I jumped online, I bought a bunch of seeds, they came in the mail, but now what? I had this stack of seeds that I had no idea what to do with or even how to move forward in planting my garden. No matter where you get your seeds from, there's probably some information on the packet that will be helpful to you to get started. And many websites of seed companies have even more information that can help you. So use all the resources available to you. I get my seeds at Baker Creek. We'll take these polar bear zinnias as an example. And on the back of the seed packet, there is some information that's helpful for me to get started. This seed packet actually tells me when is the best time to direct sow the zinnia seeds or how many weeks ahead of time to get them started indoors. It tells me how many days it takes for the seed to germinate, ideal temperature for the seed to germinate, seed depth, plant spacing, if it's frost hardy, and minimum full sun hours that this seed needs. So that's a great place to start. But when you have this many seeds in front of you, how do you organize it? How do you move forward in making a plan that makes sense? Once I had all of that basic information from the seed packets, I decided to start a spreadsheet. I knew that for me, that was gonna be the best way to organize myself. So the spreadsheet is also by date, just like this box is, but it contains a lot more information. So as I'm planting, I can refer to the spreadsheet. It tells me things like the number of plants that I want to plant and get started when I'm seed starting indoors. It tells me if I should be pinching them or not. It gives me other notes that will just help me keep everything straight and make sure that each plant gets the specific care that it needs. One of the pieces of information that I just mentioned that's in my spreadsheet is the number of each plant that I'm gonna start. How did I figure that out? I Googled it, and so can you. I literally Googled for some of my vegetables, how many plants per person should I plant? And it'll tell you. I think for tomato plants, for example, it was 1 to 2 per person or something like that. Of course, if you're wanting to share with friends and family, or perhaps you're trying to grow a bunch of food so that you can preserve it and take care of your family for a whole year, you would want to increase that number. But you could Google how many plants of vegetables to plant, and it'll tell you. That was very helpful for me. As far as the flowers went, I approached it a little bit differently. I needed to figure out how many plants would fit in the space that I have available. Using the grid paper, I drew out a few feet of what my beds would look like. Each cube for me was 3 inches. Some of the flowers are planted at 9 inches apart or 8 inches apart. So I split this up so that I could draw out exactly how many flowers, I just put dots, would fit into a 4-foot area of my bed. I did that for a lot of the flowers, or I at least figured out that flowers that are planted 9 inches apart, I know every 2 feet I can fit X amount in there. That's how I planned my garden. It was a process. Organizing my seeds based on date that they need to be started, whether indoors or outdoors, figuring out the spacing, figuring out how much space I had, figuring out the number of plants that I want to get started for each, and then laying it out actually based on the space that I have available. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Drop in the comments if you have other tips or tricks on how you plan your garden. Would love to learn from you. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell so that you get notifications as more content becomes available. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more Casa de Leon. Let's grow together. See you soon.